Welcome back, Hornets. I'm Aidan Burke.
And I'm Andrew Schmaltz. This week, we take a look at how competitive cheer is scored, learn more about the Fosdick brothers, and take a look inside the hockey team.
All of this and more on this episode of Hornet Nation. We start today's show with Hornet Nation's Ashley O'Donoghue and Ray Yoders to take us inside the world of competitive cheer.
Cheer is a really fun, competitive, and difficult sport. We speak with one of Saline's cheer captains to learn more about how scoring works during a cheer meet.
In Michigan competitive cheer, there are 3 rounds that you compete in. In round 1, it's like jumps and motions and vocals and stuff like that. And then round 2, which is tumbling and 10 motions that every team in the state has to do. And then 5 different skills, which can be tumbling, jumps, splits, anything like that. The scoring in competitive cheer is really complex and confusing. Each skill and category for each round is scored out of 10 or 12 points or 20.
Kay goes on further to explain how, for example, when scoring for tumbling, the score will be based out of 12. So that means you can get 9, 10, 12, anything with that range.
There are 3 judges, and all 3 judges' score gets added up to create your total score. And there's different categories, which could be any of the skills, jumps, splits, vocals, and floor mobility. So if we're organized and know what we're doing, and then all 3 judges get added up to get your final score.
Reporting for Hornet Nation, this was Ray Yoders and Ashley O'Donoghue. Back to you in the studio.
This past Tuesday, the cheer team went to Monroe for their 3rd SEC meet where they placed 2nd behind Bedford. Despite placing 2nd, the team won their other SEC meets, making them the SEC champs. Congrats to the SHS competitive cheer team.
Last year, Hornet Nation brought you a story about the basketball's team's dynamic player duo of Griffin Yaklich and Trevor Arico. Today, we bring you another dynamic duo, the Fosdick brothers.
Good coaching is necessary for every team, so having coaches who can easily work well together is important. I sat down with varsity boys basketball coaching duo Jake and Lucas Fosdick to see what it's like working together as brothers.
Jake started coaching freshman ball here about 10 years ago, and he needed an assistant, so I kind of just tagged along.
I always grew up thinking I would at least try being a coach. I was lucky to get an opportunity at 20 years old to coach the freshman team and fell in love with it. Coaching, you want to be around people that you trust, so the first person I asked was him.
Working with someone you're close with can come with many advantages, and any challenges that you may face can easily be overcome.
We're best friends, so we pretty much know what each other wants out of a team, what kind of leadership we want.
Yeah, I think the biggest advantage is for me is knowing that I have the ultimate trust and support in somebody on the coaching staff. There's times where you're at home and you have a disagreement with maybe a family text message group or something like that, and then you come to practice and you got to turn that off and focus on the team and getting better. And taking basketball home, you got to have a break in between. There's still times where, yeah, he's an assistant coach to me, but he's still my brother, and we got to do that way.
Finding separation.
But I think we're both pretty good individually, and then you put us together, and we're really good. He cancels out my negatives. I think I'm a little harder on the guys, and he's a guy that they can talk to about what coach is saying. So I think we play off each other really well, and that definitely helps our team.
We wish the Fosdicks and the rest of their team good luck in their last 4 games of the regular season. Reporting for Hornet Nation, I'm Lucas Fountain. Back to you in the studio.
If you're in the mood for some basketball action, this Saturday, the boys varsity basketball team will tip off against Bedford at 7 p.m.
Tickets are limited, but you can stream all home games at www.salinelive.com.
The Student Council is putting on an event called the Spring Basketball Bracket Challenge for the NCAA March Basketball Tournament. Pick your Final Four, final two, and a winner for a chance to win a $50 first place prize. And you never know, there may even be an unexpected prize as well.
Look out for a link in your school email and follow along on their social media at Saline_Stuco for updates.
Have you ever wondered how home and away games affect a team? Well, Lauren Boer and Wade Collins take a look.
Playing in the Ann Arbor Ice Cube versus an opponent's arena has different effects on Saline's hockey team. Players and coaches have different routines and schedules for home and away games. Ben Wild details the Hornets' game day routine for home matchups.
In a regular year, we'd normally get to the rink 2 hours before. These days, it's closer to an hour and 15 hour before. We can tape our sticks, watch some film in the locker room, go get warmed up, get dressed, and then get on the ice.
The hockey team travels across Southeast Michigan for numerous games. The team loves the challenges and memories that road games bring.
For long trips, it's definitely traveling with the guys on the bus or jumping into the away team student section just to make them mad. Away games, typically, we arrive around the same time. We'll kick a soccer ball around, tape our stick, have a pregame talk from the coaches, give us like a game plan, and then warmed up and then get on the ice.
Playing in front of Saline students and parents has advantages. However, the pandemic has created a vacancy of fans within the stands this year.
If you score, you can go jump up into the glass by the student section, which we don't have this year, but that's always a good time. It's definitely a little quieter. Each player gets 2 people allowed in the stands, which is usually 2 parents. For us, there's not really much of a difference. Our job is just to go out there and play hockey.
Regardless of whether the game is home or away, the team remains focused on their goals and strives to win every game.
At the end of the day, we're playing on the same 200-foot sheet of ice, but you can definitely notice when your fans are cheering for you or cheering against you. But it's always good to have a good crowd and play in front of your friends. It just gives you that little extra boost.
Reporting for Hornet Nation, I'm Lauren Brewer. Back to you in the studio.
The hockey team beat Portage this past Monday on the road with a score of 3-1. They also faced off against Ann Arbor Skyline Thursday night. Unfortunately, we didn't have a score at the time of filming, but they faced Midland Dow Saturday at 6:30 p.m. in Howell.
Well, Hornets, that's all for this show. Hornet Nation is taking a small break next week. Look for our return on March 26th.
And be sure to follow us on Twitter at Nation Hornet, as well as on Instagram and YouTube at Saline Video for the latest show updates. Signing off, I'm Aidan Burke.
And I'm Andrew Schmaltz. Have a great day, Hornets.